Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today, candy canes. I've got some candy canes that I want to do little sort of treat things for. I have 6 grandchildren, some of them still in school, little teachers' gifts and things like that. Really good ideas, and it's a pretty one. So, you know, you can get these candy canes anywhere, all sorts of colours, all sorts of sizes. This is just sort of a standard one. It is, let me just get my, have I got my ruler here, or have I got it elsewhere? I can tell you on here it is, let's have a measure of that. It's a 5-inch one. So, or, because this is in centimetres, or 12 centimetres. So, you know, standard sort of size. Now, we are going to make a really pretty little treat holder for it that will look lovely as a gift anywhere. So we need a piece that is, all I've done is I've taken, this is an A4 sheet, so a standard size sheet, or wherever you are, whatever size your standard sheet of cardstock is. And I have cut a 2 1/4 inch strip off it. So I might actually do another one, and then I can do, I can show you, I've just thought of another idea that I could do for decorating it. So 2 1/4 inches, like that. So you can get 1, 2, 3, you can get 3 out of a sheet of A4. Can you get 3? Yes, I think 3, well, maybe more. Maybe more. I haven't quite worked it out on there. I'm just thinking I've made 1. These are another 2, but it might not have been a whole sheet. Okay, so then we need our scoreboard, and we are going to score it at, so this measures 11 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 5/8 is this piece. So we're going to score it at 6.5. Down on there, let's do it with this one, 6.5, and then just 1 under 7, so 6 7/8. So your 7-inch, just 1 underneath like that. Okay, and I'm going to take the other one, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing to that. So 6.5, and then 6 7/8. So 1/8 of an inch under your 7 inches. Okay, and that's all you have to do. All the scoring, all the bits and pieces that you need. That gives us your the shape that we want. Okay, so we're then going to literally just across on those 2, just give them a fold. And then you have this piece here, which obviously will fit your candy cane, and it then won't be wobbly. So let's do the other one as well, like this. And we'll take this one like this. Okay, now if we look at it, it looks quite high up. So depending on the size of your cardstock, what I would do is, we're going to take our scoreboard out again, and I am just going to, on this the shorter end, so when you've got it folded, the shorter end, we're just going to score a 1/2 inch. So just score a little 1/2 inch on the shorter side. So that's the long side, that's the short side. We just want to score just a 1/2 inch. Okay, now you don't have to do that bit. You can cut it off if you don't want to, but I think it just adds a little bit of something and makes it look quite pretty. So this piece is going to fold back on itself. Okay, so this piece, the shorter piece, is going to fold back on itself. Okay, then what I've done is I've got a little piece of glimmer paper, and I'm just going to, which actually is not, it's not the right size on, oh, it's a little bit too big, isn't it? So I need to just trim that down just a little bit. let me just get some scissors. I could do it with, in fact I might just take it in half and just have a very tiny strip along there, because it doesn't have to be exact, and then I can make it go for 2. So just a little tiny strip like that, and then that can just go in on there, and it'll just add a little bit of something in on there. Okay, so we now need 2. So we've measured this at 2 1/4. Make sure I've done it 2 1/4, not 2 1/2. If I've done it 2 1/2, it doesn't matter. But have I done it at 2 1/4? Let me see. Yes, I have done it 2 1/4. Okay, so our cardstock, our pattern paper needs to be done at 2 inches. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it down at 2 inches. Like that. I'm going to take 2 pieces because I think we might need more than 1. So that's my 2 inches on there. Then we need one that is going to, now if we look at this, I don't need one that goes all the way down there because it's a waste. So I need to get this measurement. So let's have a look and see what this measurement is. So this measurement from our score line up to where we're going, I need it to be, let's do it at 4 inches. Okay, so we're going to do one at 4 inches. Like that. Okay, and I think, if I'm a bit canny, that is going to go, so that's going to go down in on here. Like that, and this piece I can actually put in on the top here like that. So you only need 1 strip of 6 by 6. What am I going to do on the other side of this one? Let's have a look and see what papers I've got. So I want to do something that's a little bit different. These are all old papers and things that I've got over from past Christmases. So I think I'm going to do, let's have a look and see what we've got, shall we? Should we have a neutral? Neutrals are always quite nice, aren't they? Because they go with everything. That's quite nice. Let's do one of those. So we'll get this one down. Again, we're measuring it at 2 inches. So just 2 inches down, one long strip like that. And then that can go in. Put that away. And we're going to cut it at 4 inches, aren't we? So 4 inches. Like that. And then that'll go in the other one. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way. Put that back up in its place. Okay, so you can see how quickly we're starting to make these. So let's put this one, I'm going to take my glue. Let me just grab my glue for a second because I was working on a prototype over here. I need another candy cane, don't I, if I'm doing 2. There we go. Right, so that's my second candy cane. So what I need to do is we're going to glue these bits down first. Move my candy cane out the way. So any paper that you want, you know, you don't have to have any specific paper, but Christmassy paper is lovely. But if you don't have Christmassy paper, use something in festive colours, as it were, and then just embellish it with lots of things that will make it look really pretty. So I need to make sure that that comes just about even on here, like that. And then I can put this piece and make sure that I've got my band going the same direction, because there's a little band of gold on here. So if you've got directional paper, make sure that your directional paper is going where you want it. And then this one can come in like this on here. So that's going to go in, and as you can see, it fits perfectly, and you don't need to get another piece. Now this piece here, we're just going to glue it down. But it gives just a little bit of stability at the top, and it also just adds a little bit of something. So let's do this one at the same time, so we can get this one going. And this, obviously, it doesn't matter because it's snowflakes that are running up. It's not directional, so you don't have to worry about that. So with this one, I just need to make sure that I've got it in a nice position at the bottom. And then we'll have this one up on here like this. So that can go in like that. I'll just put that one in there. Okay, whoa, dear me. Let's get this straight. That's better. Okay, and then I just need to glue this one down as well. And then that one can go in like that. So you can see you can do any sort of different coloured papers and things however you want. Now we've got this little tiny bit here, and as I say, I've literally just got a little tiny scrap because, again, you know, don't cut stuff down specifically. We all have lots of little glittery bits and pieces and scraps, so this will go just sort of nicely in on here like that. Too much glue. Little bit on here. There we go. I can put this one on here. So again, we've got some nice little bits of colour and stuff on here. That I just need to take that little bit of glue off. It's good, this Tombow is very good because it does dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, so now what we need to do is, I've got a 1-inch punch. You can use anything from a 1/2 inch up to 1 1/4 inch, I would assume. And all I'm going to do on this is I'm going to put this just about 1/3 of the way down, and roughly in the center. So whoops, like that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one. So about 1/3 of the way down. And just put a hole through like that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to glue this piece in on here, so that that is now solid. So you've got your little strip along the top. All we're going to do is we're just going to follow that little line like that in on there, and just put some glue in on like that. And then make sure that your piece here is straight when you close it, because you want to have this that's nice and straight and not sort of wibbly wobbly. So I'm just putting that in like that, and then that lies nice and straight. Although in reality, you're not going to stand it up. So if you're a little bit off, it doesn't matter hugely. It just gives you a good bit of direction. You don't want it sort of completely off. So again, make sure that that piece is flat, as straight as you can get it before you put your piece in. You can see that's not quite, so I'm bringing it back down again, and then just line it up on that side and make sure that it's nice. And that's the good thing about wet glue, you do have a moment to be able to get it to line it up nicely. Okay, so now we have the basis of our holder. So what we need to do now is we need to just sort of open this up, just, it's not quite stuck yet, has it? But you'd open that up just a little bit, and you're going to put your candy cane in like that. Okay, so your candy cane can sit in at that direction, and I can put the other one in like that. Okay. And I don't push them all the way down to the bottom, because I don't particularly want them to be, I want them to have a little bit of sort of height on them. Depending on the size of your candy canes, really doesn't matter that much, but you've then got them at that direction. Then what we need to do is, before we do that, if we look either side, we want to put 2 little holes. Okay, so if we take, which I've got over on the other desk as well, hold on. You need your crocodile. Perfect tool to have. It's something that I am so pleased that I got. So we want to do this, and again, having that little bit of extra support there means that it's a little bit more stable. So just come in on one side and take a little hole, and then come in on the other side and take a little hole. Let's take those ones out. Then we're going to do it on the same one. Might do it a little bit nearer on that one, like that. And then take that about like that. You can do them nearer if you want, but I want to have enough room to put the ribbon. And while I'm at it, I'm going to just put a piece in on the top, just double checking that I have the right place. So one in on the top, because then if you want to, you can hang it from the tree. And although I know candy canes you can hang from the tree as they are, it just makes them look a little bit nicer. So that's what we're doing on there. So we now have those 2 through on there like that. And then we need some ribbon. So I have got some green ribbon here, which I think will work perfectly. So I'm just going to cut a wedge off it. And I'm going to put it through on this side before I cut it off, so I can just work out roughly how much I want. I want to put a bow on it, so about that size. Take it down on there. You can see how I don't spend a lot of time measuring things. I do it from while I'm actually doing in things. Let's have a green bow in here as well, shall we? While I've got this green ribbon out. Let's put this one up in on here. Take it up to about there. And then take the other bit down to about there. And then take that off. Okay, so that'll do with that ribbon. And again, use whatever ribbon you've got. You can use twine, you can use string, you can use wool, whatever you've got. You know, it doesn't have to be completely precise. Okay, that's that one. Put the other one in on here. And this ribbon was actually gifted to me a long time ago from somebody who used to do flower arranging and things, and they got lots of ribbon for you know, doing little floral bits and things. And then when they decided that they weren't going to do that anymore, they gifted me the last bits, hence most of it being green, but green will work for what we're doing on here. Okay, so then we can put our candy cane back in again, take it to wherever we want it, about there I think. And then we can take this and just do a bow in over the top to just hold it down. And that's why I like it to be quite wide, because I quite like to have the bow to be quite a nice sized bow. So we can take it off like that, and then what you can do is you can tuck your ends into the little hole piece down on there. So I'm just going to bring this one down a bit. My bow tying skills are not the greatest, but again, it doesn't matter that much. So we can tuck those ends in there. Just gonna give that another little tighten up, and you can bring those little ends in if you want, just a little bit. I think that's going to be about right. Okay, and again, I can just tuck those pieces in. I can trim them off if I want to, but again, it's a nice little place to sort of tuck them in. Let's put this one in on here. So we're going to put that one in like that, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So we're just tying our ribbon up, and the candy cane will literally just sort of settle itself in between where the ribbon is, where it wants to go, which is why I do this bit first before we add a little glue dot to the top to just have that. Let's take this one in to be a little bit smaller this time, like that. And then I'm just tucking those ends in. I'll just tuck this little end in here like that. You can get it in from underneath. Oops. Let's put that in behind, shall we? It's better. There we go. Okay, so that's got our little ribbon bit on there, and that's looking quite pretty. Now I've got some, I did cut a few little embellishments, and I thought we'd see how they would go. I don't know whether I'm going to use all of them. What I thought I'd do with, now, do you remember we made this really beautiful star or whatever? Now that would go beautifully just stuck in at the bottom on that one, or even on that one. So I think I'm going to do that on one of them. Haven't really decided, because again, it doesn't need to be, it can be dimensional, because you're quite likely to be hanging it on the tree. I would put this in with on with a bit of hot glue, but that's why I wanted to do two of them, because I just suddenly thought, oh, I've got one that I didn't put any dangle on it, and I wanted to put it on a present, so that would work perfectly. Now I've done these, which have got some stars, so again I can get some pretty stars. I've also got a, shall I have a reindeer? No, I think it's just going to be stars on this one. So I've got this star. In fact, we should have the Christmas star up at the top, shouldn't we? So let's put that one in there. You can put, you know, Happy Christmas. You can decorate it how you want. I'm just sort of showing you some ideas, so that you know, when you make it, you go like, oh yeah, okay, I could do some stars, or I could do some, you know, it's entirely up to you how you want to do them. But they, as I say, do make lovely little easy and inexpensive teachers' gifts. You know, you don't have to necessarily put a candy cane in. If you made it a little sort of square, you could put a little hand cream in. You know, you could put a little, oh, I don't know, some form of little toiletries or whatever, just a little something. Because, you know, again, with all the schools, and I don't know how many schools do teachers' gifts and things. I know around here they do. So, you know, I'm always making little gifts for the grandchildren to take in for their teachers. You know, it just makes a fun little thing to do. So I'm just putting those in there, making sure they're quite tight. We've got 3. I don't think I want, do I want to have a 4th? No, I quite like just having 3, I think. So then what we need to do is we need another little piece of ribbon or twine to just go that we can then have it hanging on the tree if we want it hanging on the tree. Or again, they're quite good to have just hanging off a present, you know, depending on the size of the present. It's quite a good idea to do that. If you're not going to hang it, if you're just going to give it as a little treat thing, then you don't need to do this top one. But again, it's quite a good idea for, as I say, when you're doing, you can do toiletries and things like that. So something that would fit, and you can make your hole rectangular, circular, however you want it, and it will just add a little bit of something on there. So I'm just going to do another one on here, and then I think we're finished. And I'm going to just turn around and take the show you the one that I did as my first one, which was my first idea, and to just show you something else that I put on. And the only thing I've forgotten to do, which is a good idea because it helps hold it firm, is to just secure, let me just get this through, all fingers and thumbs as always. Just take that through on there. Come on, little one. There we go. So if I put that through on there, as I say, with the this one, I'm going to do that with hot glue because it needs to have something that's quite stable. But I will just show you the other one that I made. Which I did with some red ribbon, because I had some red ribbon. So there's this one, and this one I had some little bits and things, you know, with love, and I put a little robin on there. And that's the other thing, if you want to, you can use the piece that you've cut out and actually use that as something on the bottom. So, you know, you don't have to waste anything. This one I did it just with a little bit of twine because I only had a tiny bit of that ribbon. But you can see how they make lovely little gifts. These are just done with 3 candy canes. But as I say, you could put a little hand cream, a little, you know, perfume thing. If you want to make the piece at the bottom a little bit wider, you can do, depending on what sort of gift you're going to put in. But fun little ideas for Christmas. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.